Bibby, Poet Warriors. You guys get the deal. Alright guys, I just had to hop on here really quickly. Because I watched something that I've been meaning to watch for a while. Right? And it's this film right here. Shin Godzilla. Right? Big fan of the multiverse. The Monsterverse, sorry. Seen all of, like, the mainstream, like, the AAA ones, but I haven't really dabbled in, like, the Japanese ones, and, Shin Godzilla's been on my radar for a while now. Finally had time to watch it, and my goodness, might just be the best one. I know a lot of people have been saying that it is, and that's why I wanted to watch it. But it was a really cool movie. I give it, like, a solid, like, you know, high 8s out of 10. Which is a high score for me, right? Maybe even a solid 9. Let's just call it a solid 9 out of 10. What's really cool about this one that's kind of different from the others and different from, like, all other monster films is, they depict, you know, this Godzilla, this Shin Godzilla, to be, you know, like, this twisted and contorted, like, monster in pain. Which already is unique, right? Like, it's not just some kind of evil monster destroying things for the sake of destroying things. It's just in pain and confused and almost anti-hero-esque, right? Which I'll touch on again in a second. But the movie itself was filmed and shot in a very cool way. You know, it was kind of like the opposite, the other end of the spectrum than like a Spielberg Warner type film, if that makes sense. Which I'll talk about in another snack. That's another device used in movies to portray something, right? This film was very snappy, very on beat, right? Like, it was very rapidly filmed, to kind of get you into the same mind space and, like, thoughts and feelings as the cast are, which I thought was very cool, because, you know, it follows the Japanese government dealing with this issue, dealing with this sudden emergence of Godzilla. Yeah, lots of very fast, very rapid action shots, over the head shots, very cool stuff. But yeah, very fast paced. Puts you in that uneasy feeling that they're in, and you know, the concept, the idea that, like, shit's got to be done quick, right? You know, like, they're under a time crunch to save their city, and, you know, you get that feeling, and you're put into those shoes because of the way it's filmed, which was very cool, especially at the beginning. Boom, you know, like, the shots were just going straight through. But going back to Godzilla being, you know, a monster in pain, I thought was really cool. This film was very metaphorical and had a lot of deeper meaning behind it, which a lot of Godzilla movies I don't think do. It's just like, oh, here's a cool monster, it's an action movie, we love it, right? Shin Godzilla, it almost mirrors, for me, it mirrored mankind, right? Or it mirrored life. It kind of represented what life is to me, right? Through this horribly contorted and disgusting monster. Much more graphic than other Godzilla movies, like the monster itself spewing up blood and muscles and tendons, you know, moving alongside him. They depict him as a monster that is confused by his own existence and trying to survive and find its place in the world, and just is wreaking havoc unintentionally through its own confusion, right? Which we do as mankind, right? Like, no one knows why we're here, everyone's confused by their own existence and what we're doing here, and we're just kind of messing things up as we figure it out, right? And I thought that was, like, a really cool, unique take on Godzilla. And again, like, on life, you know, it kind of sparked a lot in me. It was a very thought-provoking movie in that way. If you love Godzilla movies, or even if you don't, it was something different. Highly recommend watching it in the original Japanese with subtitles as opposed to watching it dubbed. I suggest doing that for pretty much anything. You get a lot more of like the raw authenticity and like, you know, the way it was supposed to be performed and acted, because, you know, voice acting, dubbing takes a lot of creative leeway with it, especially with the dialogue and just the way at which it's delivered. So I would recommend watching it in subbed, but give it a watch, man. It definitely provokes thought on the human condition and on life itself through a monster, which was very, very cool. Shin Godzilla, check it out.
Tasty.